What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the top of the map in the purple color, playing as Kronos. His name is Squash. Yes, this is another team game scrimmage here. We have the F2 clan. Over here we have the blue in the blue color playing as Hades. We've got TSM player, and in the bottom of the map in the red color playing as Uranus, we have GMs. Their opponents today in the yellow color playing as Loki, it's Gold Lion. And this seems to be the Cud clan over here. In the green color playing as Uranus, it's Tunison. And in the teal color playing as Loki is Ninjo. All right. So the reason why, well, I mean, this isn't going to be a team composition that we're going to see in the tournament because there are god restrictions. You can't play the same god as another player in your team. So we won't be seeing these double Loki matchups. But Loki Uranus is definitely one of the strongest compositions in team games that we've seen. If you go Loki Uranus, or Uranus Loki, a lot of the times you have all of the early game pressure and it can be really, really tough to defend. But talking about things that are interesting, this god, Kronos, is one of the most interesting team game gods in the game. There's many, many different reasons for it, but the biggest one is time shift. Time shift, a relatively unexplored mechanic. I think that time shift is possibly the most annoying thing in the game in a big way, because all your opponent needs is a flying unit of some description, and you can side build your opponent at any point during the game. So what Kronos really wants to do in team games is to effectively team up with some sort of god, like some Greek god or an Odin, and have Pegasus flying around the back of the base in that kind of 15 to 20 minute mark, dropping palaces, dropping barracks, getting in behind enemy lines where they think they're safe, dropping military buildings, dropping temples, all of this good stuff, and putting pressure on everywhere. Not only that, Kronos also gets access to Vortex and gets access to Trader. So I have done it once. It's something that's fairly rare, but if your opponents are playing either Egyptian or Greek, they've got access to a siege tower type unit. That's the Heliopolis or the siege tower, a siege tower type unit, lol. In this unit, you can trader and then garrison villages into, combine with Vortex, and then you can get a villager side build anywhere on the map equivalent to Underworld, except they're citizen, not villagers, and the buildings build really, really fast. So you can get in there and do that as well. Stealing back town centers and all the other good stuff. So lots of options where that's concerned for Kronos. So we'll see what these players are going to do. We do have Hades here, obviously, the Underworld in the pocket. We were talking a little bit about how Pocket probably doesn't like to be these immobile civilizations. So I'm going to be really interested to see how TSM player is going to be reacting and doing the Pocket, playing the Pocket here with Hades. It's really, really simple to play Pocket with like an Uranus or a Loki. You just build units, you go harass, you play that way. As Hades, you have to ask the question, do I have time to get a town center? Do I have to go Hoplite? Do I have to go Hippocon? Do I have to go Toxotes here and defend? What are my options? And if we take a good look at what player's doing here, he's advancing to Athena, and it doesn't look like he is going for town centers. He's getting villagers over onto the wood. He goes for a slightly later advance time, like 4:45, well, maybe he's going for a 4:30, but 7 villagers on wood, 7 villagers on gold, on food, 3 villagers on gold, and a villager over here on the favor to get him the resources for his Chiron. So he's going to be going for some aggressive play as Squash here. Looks like Squash went for a he went for a Hunting Dogs 4-minute build, 10 seconds late, dropping down the military barracks. Going to be looking into his opponent's base. It is Loki over here. He has not scouted this at all here. I think it would have been nice for as we see the deconstruct coming in immediately there from Squash. Nice play. It would have been nice for player to actually get out a Pegasus here a little bit earlier to scout around and see all this stuff, get a better pressure on, a little bit of team games shenanigans from the Greek player to really assist the early game here of the Kronos, because right now Squash is targeting down this Sentry Tower and he doesn't see anything else. He could have hit this wood line. He could hit this gold. We see the villagers here eating the pigs over here as the temple going to be getting thrown up really, really fast here from gold line. Gold line will get to the classical age and get his troll out here as that goes up. No problem. There's a lot of resources in the bank here for gold line. He's just going to drop the longhouse over here. We see the troll coming out at this point. Did we see any sort of time shift here from this? No. Squash is getting himself up. The counter barracks nice and slow. He's getting himself the Murmillo. Not really building any more Murmillo just yet. Focusing on trying to take down this temple as the units do get pushed away from here. The sentry towers over on this location going down as the hearse are coming in to take out this Promethean. Watchtowers has been researched here as the Promethean will get taken out. And now the wooden walls getting thrown up here as well. Temple getting time shifted back over here as Squash says, yep, did the early game damage, forced out watchtowers. That's going to slow the Loki down quite a bit here. If you take a quick look onto Gold Lion's perspective here, he built this watchtowers. Right now, if he didn't get watchtowers, he could be researching Hall of Thanes. Instead, he has to wait on that. He's eating his pigs over here, not hunting at all. We see Squash running around the map with his units, searching for something to do there, getting himself the houses over here. Let's take a quick look at what TSM player is doing. He's gone stables. He's only building Hippocon from one stable, though, as he's retreating his villagers, looking around over here with his Chiron, searching for something to raid. There's not really a whole lot just yet. No one in this game has gone for 2 town centers just yet, as we see GM's going to be looking into his opponent's base. A very, very rare 1 town center gameplay team game here. So this is going to be super aggressive on all fronts of the map as GM's searching around here. There are weak points on the map, but it's just like these players don't really know where to attack. Here is the weak point. We've got GM's hitting this one over here with his citizen. Tunison not paying attention just yet. The Promethean just very low HP. If the citizen turns around and shanks, they'll kill off the Promethean here, actually, as the citizen going to be retreating back over to the manor now, as looks like TSM player is going to be moving in, trying to hit this one, as TSM player's Minotaur has been chased down by Ninjo over here. As up here, the Chiron going to be getting pushed back. We see the Terma pushing in over here from Squash. The entire army does manage to take down 1 tower there, but it looks to me like Gold Lion, he's still completely fine. He's still producing units, but the problem is that Gold Lion does not have the hunt here just yet, as the village, well, now he's on the hunt over here, but it's very, very dangerous to be over here. Let's take a quick look at these places. They do know that there's villagers over here. You can see that they've spotted the dead gazelle, so they know that there's villagers there, and Squash is going to be making his way over there immediately, knowing that if you cut hunt, you win the game. While this is going on, though, Tunison coming in to raid Squash. Squash's villager here, very low HP. The mana going up very fast. We see Valor getting cast down. The citizen gets taken down just barely. Squash not able to garrison that one there in time. Nice play from Tunison, but the units sneaking around here. We will be seeing the gate getting taken down over here as the units retreating back, and Squash retreating back as well. We also see the Oracle here getting taken down. And now the medium Terma coming in onto this position over here. And hit that one as best as they possibly can. As the Hearser coming through for Gold Lion. It looks like he's finally able to have gotten himself Hall of Thanes. So he's going to be able to move around the map, starting to cause chaos as Squash pulls back. He's a little bit out of position here. He's got some good units, but getting chased by two batches of enemies is a lot to deal with here, as it seems to me like TSM player not really all over the map just yet. He's trying to get good pressure onto the back of the map here with these Supercon being very, very aggressive with these units here. Still 1 town center, still pumping units out. He's getting himself 82 of 107 population. Going to have to come over here and help out Squash just a little bit here as the units retreating away. We see what Sentinels getting cast down from TSM player into Squash's base to just give him a bit of a retreat path. But while this is happening now, Ninho can take the opportunity to start raiding Squash, who's in a big problem here. His villager getting picked off that was on the temple. Could have garrisoned in the sentry tower, not paying attention. A little bit too active over here, trying to take down these villagers. He could definitely take the time to kill off the mana here, but the Hippocon do spot this villager here, going to attempt to take it out. The idle villager tab has come up, and it looks like the citizen will go down. Nice raid there from TSM player, being very, very pesky with just a handful of Hippocon over here, managing to stop the Herso from retreating. And we do see Squash now taking the opportunity to get himself that town center over here. As the Herso coming in onto this position, you do have to be very, very careful getting town centers when you're against a Loki here. We'll see if Gold Lion is going to be able to exploit this, as he's finished up with the elephant. He's moving over here onto this zebra here. He's got the wall up as well, but a good flaming weapons timing here is going to be so difficult for Squash to defend here. So we'll see if this is going to be something that they're going to be able to defend or not. There's no ceasefire. There is a restoration, but that's about it. So the town center coming up, we see the spy over here from one of the Loki players on this citizen, so they know that the town center is coming up, so Goldblind can hit this one whenever he really chooses to. Valor getting cast over here. We see the units pushing in onto this position, as it looks to me like the Loki player Ninho struggling just a little bit over on this position, as the Tunison is still looking for raids with his army. There's really not going to be a whole lot to hit. That's the big secret here. You got to look into the base at this point, because villagers, they really shouldn't be over here. They really shouldn't be over here. Yep. Gold Lion allowing TSM player to get away with murder there. He's got himself 8 Herso. He could have killed off nearly every one of those villagers. There are 11, 12, 13 Hippocon on that position, but that's about it here. As the Herso come through here, taking out the Hippocon as best as they possibly can. We see the Hippocon coming in onto this position over here. The Herso retreating away. And we'll see how this is all going to be going here. As the Herso swing back, going to be hitting this storehouse over here. Is now Bragi coming through for Gold Lion. Let's take a quick look at Squash's perspective. Squash has got his town center up. He has stopped production though, and it looks like to me, Squash is like, I got to get to the next age as soon as I possibly can. Let's see which god he's going to pick. Will he go for Trader or go for Hyperion? I mean, I forget which gods are which. We see he's going for Rhea. Rhea, the Trader god, going to be able to steal some stuff. We do see an underworld passage over on this position here. TSM player going to be hitting this location, finds the gold villages, as Ninho has to retreat back. He's not going to be able to kill off any of them really. He picks off maybe 1 or 2 dwarves there, as they mostly manage to retreat back, but that's going to be a tough position now for Ninho to be in. He's currently having to garrison all of his villages here, as the units pushing in onto this position over here. We see Gold Lion coming in onto this position as Squash trying to defend this one. He doesn't have any armory upgrades just yet. The micro attempt here from Gold Lion to hold this position as best as he can. There's Gold Lion's Bragi coming in. Does he have the units to back this one up with? He is actually full population, so all he needs to do is send on this position with the flaming weapons, and he's going to be able to do crazy amounts of damage to Squash, while Squash is using the underworld passage to hit some damage over here. We see the Herso doing what it can, but now Squash retreating back. Where are all of the units though for Gold Line? He's got his units over here. He's going to try and get in onto Squash at this position, but it just looks to me that Ninho, he's in a really, really tough spot. He needs a gold mine somewhere on the map. We see Tunison coming in over here with the big shockwave coming in, but GMs gets a little bit caught out, as Ninho going to be maybe moving over onto this gold mine over here. See if he can sneak that one at this point. As the units pushing back, we do see that TSM player is in the base now of Ninho. Ninho can't even grab these berry bushes here, as he's trying his best to get to the next stage. He's got no gold in the back, plenty of food, plenty of wood, but can't spend that because no gold left here. As Gold Lion, he is not putting pressure on at this point as best as he possibly can. He needs to be attacking this location. We still don't have I still haven't seen heavy infantry coming through for Squash. He definitely needs to be getting that one as soon as he possibly can, but definitely struggling a little bit, throwing farms down here See the restoration coming in onto this position, hitting all of GM's units, hitting all of players' units as the pressure is still coming in. GM's F2 is still only basically at one town center in this game, still putting all of the pressure on here. I wouldn't be surprised to see TSM player going Artemis here. Yes, one town center play is all about these semi-fast mythics hitting crazy early earthquakes. We see the flaming weapons coming in onto this position here, going to be hitting GMs at this point. We've got the battle ball coming in. Going to be tons of myth unit spawns here for Gold Lion. There's no units in here. We do see the Chronos Trader coming through from Squash to take that battle ball away from this position as the villagers going to be getting taken down as best as they can. We see GMs trying to garrison over here, but while this is going on, F2 Squash just says, all right, I'm going to take out your town center, cause some issues over here. Gold Lion at this point, lots and lots of gold in the bank. You could definitely do with buying the food, going through hell, going through tier here, as this town center from GMs is going to be falling very, very fast. GMs is going to drop down to 0 town centers here, but will that matter is the big question. GMs has got no resources in the bank, 7,515 population. Villagers over here getting picked off here by the Frost Giant. Nice little Frost Giant spawn there for Gold Lion as he takes the town center down. But while this is going on, we've got ourselves the Mythic Age coming through for TSM player. TSM player going to be grabbing this town center as well for himself as he's just about to hit it. Where is the earthquake going to come in? And he says the earthquake is coming in to Gold Lion's base here as all of the buildings falling. We've got tons of heavy Murmillo coming onto this temple as well. Going to be cleaning that one up. Lots of idle villages here for Gold Lion. Gold Lion has got tons of resources in the bank. He was going Mythic Age here, ladies and gentlemen. That gets cancelled as the pressure is just too much here. The decision making from TSM player to get to the Mythic Age, cast Earthquake here, hit this location, sacrifice GMs. We got two effectively dead bases here. Yeah. The big question is, will Gold Lion be able to escape with his villagers or not? Is the answer. TSM player says a big no to this batch of units. The units over here have been spotted, as I'm sure Squash is going to send all of his Murmillo, or at least some of his Murmillo, over onto this gold mine, as he's got tons all over the base here. We see this town center going up as well for Squash as he's motoring ahead in this game. Market coming up as well for Squash over here, as the Gold Lion units going to be getting this gold mine over here. We see the houses getting taken down as well on this position here, as that one goes down there. We see the Murmillo getting taken down over here. We see these Murmillo coming in, and GM's in pain. Ninjo, oh sorry, not GM's. Tunison in pain. Ninjo in pain. Gold Lion in pain. Town Center getting grabbed by TSM player. He's going to be able to get himself Chimera out over here. No Town Center's up for Gold Lion. He's gotten himself houses over in the back corner over here. Where are the Herser at? He's got the Herser over here dealing with these Hippocon nicely though. Now you do have to remember, Gold Lion, while he did lose a lot, he still has tons of resources in the bank. We don't see a Town Center going up anywhere. Grabbing this one would be hilarious though, to be honest, but not going to be going for that, going for this hometown center instead. And I don't think that Squash is going to be stopping that at any point here, as we see the trolls getting taken down over here, as a lot of these myth units are going to get dealt with very, very easily here. Squash doesn't have any upgrades for his heroes just yet, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't really need them. He's got plenty of resources in the bank, I'm sure. Going up through Helios here, he's going to be able to teleport all around the map. Lots of favor in the bank to get himself Hecagigantes here, as well as those citizens retreating back over here on this position here. We see Tunison dealing with TSM players Hippocon, but player now, he's 3 town centers. He's got his 2 town centers, excuse me. He's got this position on lock. He's going to be able to start putting pressure onto Ninjo with Heliopolis and everything else. The Chimera coming around this position over here, looking for villagers to kill as the villagers retreating over here. Run away! We see the Chimera here getting chased down. That is going to be a dead Chimera. These are 5.72 speed Herser. Nice surround there onto that Chimera there, as the town center has come up now for Gold Line. He's clicked up through tier, but there's going to be Helios. I wouldn't be surprised to see this town center getting targeted down immediately here from Squash. Squash, he doesn't start the Hecagigantes just yet, but he's got basically nothing but Murmillo, so they're all hack damage units, so he can easily just teleport in here, take this down with all of his hack damage units, and feel very, very comfortable about doing that, even with Herser being in here. He's also got a trader that he can use on the battle board to help him out as well, but at this point, Squash pulling away, casts the Vortex. Where is he going? Right in onto Ninjo's base here. Going to be taking this one out. There's only a handful of units. We've got a whole bunch of player units coming in as well. The Heliopolis coming through. The Hecagigantes coming in to help out. He's only got the one Hecagigantes, but like I said, tons of melee units are in here. And we do see a town center coming up here from Gold Lion to steal that one. And we'll see if this is going to help out or not. Tunison uses the shockwave to try and hold on to this town center, but there's just not enough units over here. Tunison can't get in here fast enough. His units trying to find a way over here. He's got 12 Terma though. They're going to take a long time to take out these Murmillo. As we see the town center getting taken down. Gold Lion casting Thimble Winter here, as that's going to be giving a little bit of relief over to the Cud clan here. Scores still relatively close, but it just seems like the pressure is overwhelming here from the F2 clan as they kill the town center. These buildings are all going to fall. TSM player is going to grab this entire position for himself here, as the town center over here does get spotted, does get denied. Player's got some units over here that can move elsewhere. Squash now, he's got access to another vortex here as the units coming over onto this position. I imagine he's going to use that immediately to come back and defend this position. He does have champion destroyers here. Maybe he could just say, all right, no problems, let me go elsewhere. That might be his option, as you do see the trader coming in as Gold Lion retreats back. Squash does lose his town center, doesn't overreact with a vortex here. These champion destroyers are going to be so difficult to stop with vortex coming in very, very soon. Squash, he's still not building these Hecagigantes though. A little bit surprised to see that. You can move over and hit this location. We do see the flaming weapons coming through here for Ninjo to help out, as the score lead has actually come into Cud Clan's benefit here, as all of the units coming through to try and clean up this back location. Tunison hits the Heroic Age here through Thea, as the Battle Ball starting to take down this town center. These are Hades buildings, though. It can be very tough to kill off the Hades buildings. We do see the Achilles over here. That one's going to get targeted down very, very nicely there by Ninjo here to take that one out to help try and take this town center down. We don't have any upgrades in the town center just yet, as the units coming back here from Squash going to be able to take out these Hersa fairly easily, I'd say, as we're starting to see Fanatics coming through. Fanatics are one of the best infantry, if not the best infantry in the game at dealing with these Hersa. They're kind of tied with the Myrmidon in a big way here, as Hero Fanatics as well going to be able to deal with these myth units nicely, as Gold Lion retreating back. Gold Lion's going to have to figure out how he's going to be able to deal with this infantry army. Normally throwing axemen are a good idea, as this town center is getting built up. We still have two vortexes here remaining. Meanwhile, this flaming weapons has expired, as the Battle Ball going to be taking down the town center. We see the Stymphalian birds coming in, trying to take out these villages. The villagers might just need to retreat here and give up this location. I'm not 100% sure here, as TSM player is at 90 of 151 population, not really able to hold on to this location over here, as GMs has got his town center back, is hurting quite a bit here. And look at this, he's got 3,000 score for all of Team Cud, and the Team F2, they're mostly a little bit in front, but not quite enough to be able to make up for the fact that GMs is in so much pain here. So we'll see how things are going to go. It's all going to come down to if Gold Lion can hold against Squash here, I would say, because I reckon Tunison and Ninjo will be able to push back against TSM player and GMs as this game continues. We see we've got the Mythic Age through for Gold Lion. He might want to consider maybe making some throwing axemen here or something, but not doing that just yet. This is a big problem for Gold Lion, is his gold mine here. He needs to move over and grab these gold mines maybe up there and be a little bit more sneaky with it. As the unit's still pushing through, the Herso pop out here. We've got more longhouses attempting to come down. Gold Lion at 105, 145 population. Only 12 villages on food here. He doesn't have the farms just yet. He might be still buying food. 184 food per 100 gold is a lot of gold to be investing into that if he wants to start trading at this point for some food here. As the units for GM is going to be searching around. It looks like Ninjo might be out of gold yet again, though. Yeah, he's out of gold. He's lost all his gold villages. He was on this position or something at some point, but he's lost all of his gold income, as he's got very little food income as well here, trying his best to keep himself in this game. But we do see the buildings falling. The mountain giant comes through, the fortress going down. But look, TSM player is just getting his town centers. He's got 2 town centers here. You can grab this one in the near future. You can just say, look, you get that. We've got a little bit of time to recoup, re-rally, get everyone back in into working order here. We still have ourselves the Vortex here, so these back town centers, they're very easy to be getting attacked, and we are now starting to see some of that cheeky time shift shenanigans that we talked about a little bit before. But the unit's just going to keep streaming in here and killing off this gold mine. Gold mine needs this gold at this point to be defending here. He just doesn't have the units to defend against these champion fanatics that have got bronze mail, bronze weapons as well. The Hersa here don't have any armory upgrades whatsoever, as it just seems to me that the damage the gold line suffered was too much for him to stay equal footing against a squash here, as the town center is going to start to fall very, very fast here. The ox caravan over here getting pushed back as well. That one going down. Town center going down. Things looking very, very tough over here. Town center going down as well. Tunison needs to figure out a way to get going here. There's no sky passages over here to help him, and we do see Gold Lion in that position deciding, yep, game is done. Squash too far in front, too big, too strong. Able to carry this game home after all of the chaos does end up settling. The big problem here is that Ninho didn't have access to a gold mine. He does have gold mines back here, but TSM player was just in here for just that little bit too long and hurt Ninho way too much. That was just too much for Ninho to kind of handle. And Goldline obviously getting hit by getting doubled at that point with the earthquake and everything else. He did manage to take out GMs, but at what cost? I mean, had Goldline managed to retreat his villagers away, keep them safe, he probably could have grabbed this town center and then kind of switched the map around like 25 degrees or something, having like this town center, this one versus these ones, with GMs being like fully back, having to figure out a way to like get his citizen to either grab like a town center over here or having to move all the way up here to get a town center, one of those things, and causing even more problems for GMs. But Goldline didn't really think about that. He came back into his home base. He does have all these farms set up, so it makes sense that he wants that compared to the Uranos farms. You can only really take 5 of those. Yeah, they cost 200 wood, but they are only worth 1 farm for your opponent. So moving up there would have been good, but also tough. Anyways, a great game here. I would have liked to see maybe like a little bit more of the late game building time shifting. Like if you take a look at what TSM player's doing, he's all over the map with these buildings, and Squash can just very simply be doubling up over here, like, and just be going, all right, TSM players here, let me drop a military building here to help out. Let me drop military buildings, keep on time shifting, keep building buildings with just like one unit here, time shift build, time shift build, time shift build. It doesn't really cost that much, and it causes so much chaos in these games. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.